Hey, RezaieStrong followers. So I want to talk about the power of just starting. I know this sounds very simple, but too commonly in my past, I would wait for the perfect moment to start something new. And what I found through the years is just by starting, I was more likely to do it. And that is what this talk is about. I love this quote. If you set your bar at amazing, it's awfully difficult to start, by Seth Godin. And the reason this is so important is those of us that are perfectionists are always waiting for that perfect moment. But the only path to actually get to amazing runs directly through not yet amazing. In other words, just starting. It's not going to be perfect when you start. And here's what I'm basically getting at. Stop procrastinating. An imperfect start, which it will be imperfect. There are so many things in my life that I have started that I thought was going to be perfect to start off with, and it ended up not being. But in the end, through the process of mistakes and learning, that imperfect start can always be improved upon. If you just obsess over a perfect plan, you'll just keep kicking the can down the road. You'll never start. It's never going to get you anywhere. Now, I came across this concept called the Law of Diminishing Intent, and this is basically what I'm getting at. If you look at the axis all the way to the side of the screen, that's your enthusiasm for starting something. And across the bottom is time goes by. So let's say you come up with this great idea of something you want to start. Your enthusiasm for that thing at that moment is going to be 10 out of 10. But if you just wait a few hours, that enthusiasm starts to go down. If you wait till the end of the day, the enthusiasm goes down even further. And if you just continue that trend all the way to the end of the week, the chances that you're actually going to do that thing are probably pretty low. And that is what the law of diminishing intent is that your enthusiasm for ideas starts to decrease if you let time go by. Now, I find that because of this perfectionist attitude, getting rid of friction is the key. And so let me talk to you about working out, because I had this conversation with somebody the other day and they said, I never have time to work out. There's only 24 hours in the day. I've got a 2-year-old kid. I just don't have time between work and family and everything. But the reality is that those are all excuses. We all have time. There's time in every day to figure this stuff out. And these are the 3 biggest pieces of friction that I hear people kind of tell me is the gym is too far away. I don't have the time. It takes too much effort. So let's look at these one at a time. The gym is too far away. Is it too far to just go for a walk or a run in your neighborhood? You don't have to drive anywhere. Literally throw on your shoes and just go running around the neighborhood. As far as not having enough time, well, what are we really talking about here? 30 minutes of time is really 2% of your entire day. 15 minutes is 1% of that day. As far as effort, it's too hard. I don't have the energy. Make it easier. Let me give you an example of what I mean about making it easier. All these things that I just talked about are excuses for people who don't want the thing that they want the most. And essentially what I'm getting at is that exercising or working out is just not a priority. So they come up with a bunch of excuses to justify why they're not doing it. So here's what I mean by the example of effort. So let's say across the side axis is the number of miles I run on a day. And across the bottom are the days of the week, Monday, Tuesday through Sunday. And as you can see, on Monday, I ran 5 miles. On Tuesday, I ran 3 miles. Wednesday, I ran 4 miles, so on and so forth. So if the effort that I'm asking myself to do is 5 miles, it's going to be an inconsistent habit. I'm only going to hit this on 2 days of the week, just based on the mileage that I ran for that week. What if I drop that and make it 3 miles? Well, now I'm hitting this 5 days of the week as opposed to only 2. It's still an inconsistent habit. What if I just run 1 mile a day? And that's the point I'm getting at about making the effort easier. Make it something that you can do every day, because that is how consistent habits are built. Just start equals taking action and not procrastinating and making excuses. The first step is the hardest step, but just by taking it and realizing that it won't be perfect, what happens next is really amazing. It leads to something called momentum. And that momentum leads to confidence in your abilities, which kind of continues down the path of getting you to the goal of amazing that you want to get to. This is the power of just starting. You have something you want to do, make sure it's a priority, figure out where the friction spots are, and get at it. I hope this helps. It's not a complex concept, but I think it's one that's really important that a lot of us do all the time, making excuses. So I hope this helps. Let me know your thoughts, comments, and questions. Thank you as always, and until next time.